Hello, I'm Beth the Builder, and I'm gonna do some rock carving. And I'm sorry that this video is late and that I missed last week and that I've been inconsistent. This is probably the most inconsistent I've ever been, but there's been some wild things in my life, so. And then I wouldn't recommend getting sick and then traveling one after the other. It really makes you feel behind on shit. So like my house is dirty, my workspace here is a hot mess. I have custom orders for things that I haven't finished that I gotta get done, so would not suggest. Don't do it that way. But feeling better, trying to slowly get on top of shit, and now I am a fully monetized channel. So thank you to everyone who has supported me, who has watched shit, who has enjoyed my weird content, and it wouldn't be possible without all of you guys. So like, hell yeah, we're gonna keep, keeping on and doing weird shit. So I had some like holiday type rock carving thing I was gonna try, and obviously it's now 2023, not exactly Christmas, but I think it still applies. So also, Happy New Year. I hope everyone rang in the new year really well. I went to bed at 9 o'clock because I had driven for like 17 hours to get home. So I did not have a super interesting, exciting new year, but so far 2023 is pretty cool, So I got some cool gifts for Christmas. Definitely some of my most useful ones is this dope ass tripod. Mine broke. It is no longer a tripod, it is a bipod. It only has 2 legs because one of them broke. So we're gonna get rid of that. And now I have this new one that tilts this way. It has like a little built-in like remote thingy that you can take off. It this thing, it's so cool. So that's gonna be really useful with doing some close-up stuff like rock carving, wood burning, etc. I also got, if you guys know about these, a multi-oscillating tool. Pretty friggin' fancy. I'm so excited to use it because when I learned about it from this Honest Carpenter channel, who's awesome, I was like, why don't I have one of those? So I got one of these, very, very cool. Now I can finish a dumb wiring project that I started and then didn't complete because I was mad about it and somewhat discouraged. So, also I got this very cool Beth the Builder sweatshirt from my sister. So super fuzzy and comfy and cozy, and also has my name on it, which is very cool. So those are my few gifts that I got that I really, really appreciate. They're gonna be really handy, 10 out of 10 gifts. So you'll probably never see that wiring video because we'll just never talk about it. But very cool Beth the Builder sweatshirt. Thank you to my sister for making me that. So my idea for a rock carving thing is to carve kind of a funny, like a Christmas tree or a snowman, something kind of holiday-esque. You could do whatever you wanted, but then making it a like card or picture holder, which is kind of a fun thing. You could give them as gifts or whatever. I made a bunch of wood slice ornaments for people for my spouse's family, and people loved them. I was so pleased. So I did a Christmas tree, and then I did 2023, and then I did the name of the family Christmas. So because it was basically the entire family was going to be there. Pretty cool. That was a pretty big hit for a gift, and I was pretty pleased with it. So that's a really simple gift, and I think this, if you like carving, is also a pretty unique, interesting type of gift that you could buy, of course, but it's fun to make shit, and it's cheaper. So I am running out of rocks because everything is covered in 18 inches of ice and snow here. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult to scavenge rocks for at least another month or 2. I didn't think ahead on that when it was still warm. I should have scavenged rocks then. Hindsight's 2020. So I'm kind of running out of good rocks, but I have a couple that I think will do. So they're not huge, but you gotta start somewhere. Oh, I also have this guy. This might also work, but might be too little. So kind of a fun little idea. I have wire, obviously, that I will use, and you could unbend a coat hanger. You could just, whatever you want to use for a little piece of wire. I'll show you. We'll figure it out. So I'm gonna carve up probably just a really simple tree, Christmas tree, or a snowman. That's kind of generic holiday. It's not Christmassy. So I apologize for the belated Christmas type carving, but too bad, you get what you get. So let's get carving and see how it goes. Okay, real quick before we start, Make sure you have safety equipment, okay? So goggles, obviously, you don't want shit in your eyeballs. And then also a heavier mask respirator. Get one of these. This is the cheapest one really I could find. It's not fancy, 3M, but it'll get the job done. It was like under $30. So wear it, okay? Don't mess around with that shit. And then that would be my number one thing. And then also get some coarser bits. These are the way to go. They are probably 60 grit diamond coated bits. Find them on Amazon or somewhere else if you don't like Amazon. So just a quick cautionary, safety first, everybody, because I don't want people to get shit in their eyes, nor do I want you to be inhaling rock dust. It's not good for you. Obviously, carving wet, it really cuts down on like dust. Like it's not sawdust in the air, but you still don't want to be inhaling it because there is still stuff being kicked up into the air. So safety first.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change.
All right, so total success. This guy is totally holding this card up, so heck yeah. You could make like a whole set of them and use them to like display fun Christmas pictures or just pictures in general. You can make them whatever you want. And what I did was I used a cylindrical bit, like this guy, and I used this one. So I used two different ones they look like this. So what I did is I used this guy to start a hole. It's a little bit egg-shaped on top. And then I used a cylindrical guy to deepen the hole in the top. So top of my Christmas tree and then kind of behind my snowman, because I didn't want to crack his hat because it was really, really soft. Snowman definitely softer. You could see it with that orangish dust and stuff coming off of it. The Christmas tree, a lot darker, a lot harder. So someone had asked me how long my diamond coated bits last, and honestly it just depends on the hardness of the rock and how much you're carving. So carving a bigger thing, you're gonna dull your bits incredibly quickly because you're carving away so much more material. Small stuff that's really soft, like that sandstone I've been finding and scavenging, I can, like these coarser bits, I've used the same ones for 5 or 6 rocks now. It really does depend. The finer ones, they did dull more quickly because There's just not enough coarseness there. And they were much, much smaller. So it does really depend on what you're carving and then how much you're carving. Yeah, total success. I'm pretty happy with them. I'm gonna touch up, I painted them, which is like, if something doesn't look exactly like what you want it to, just paint it and it'll be totally fine. No one will ever know any little like mistakes or whatever if you can paint it to look like that thing. Just a simple little project, fun little craft thing that you could make for people as a gift if you're crafty that way and handy. So I used my wire that I bought for wood burning tips because I have 50 feet of it. So that's a lot of tiny little wood burning tips, and it's also pretty strong and stuff. So I used it for this. So you don't need to have this kind of wire, but that's what I had. That's really pretty hard and still flexible. Again, I have the Dremel flex shaft attached to a Wen Rotary Tool. So it's not a super fancy setup, but the Dremel flex shaft is definitely the way to go. My janky dripper system here is totally killing it. Okay, it's awesome. Wedge that open and then I just have a little continual drip on what I'm working on, which is so much better than previously just trying to carve on like a wet towel or in a wet little tray or something. So someone had also asked me if I was ever concerned about carving in water with something that's plugged into an outlet. And you know, I never even thought about that, honestly. I suppose it could be a problem, but I've never read anything about such a thing, and people carve rocks all over the place and glass and whatnot. My rotary tool and my flex shaft, like none of that is wet. Like it's just the tip of it that's getting wet as I carve. So I guess just use your head, you know, like, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I really appreciate all the Christmas wishes and, you know, get well soon and stuff. That was really, really sweet. I apologize. I haven't had anything new on my Patreon or anything on Instagram or anything. I've just been behind, I guess. So I'll try my best. And especially with, you know, being an officially monetized channel, I'll really try and like kick things in high gear, but boy howdy, this year is gonna be wild. So news to come on that. I am excited for 2023 and more projects and new weird things I'll try. I'll get a final shot of my painted up little rock sculptures. Problem with my Christmas tree, he doesn't stand on his own. That's the problem with tiny sculptures. Sometimes you're like, oh, make a little creature, and then they just tip over. So I'll have to like stick something underneath him, like some sticky tacky or something, to make him kind of sit up. But my snowman totally does. He's only propped up because the glue is still dry. But yeah, so I'll get a final shot of those. Pretty fun little project. That's kind of my jam, fun projects. I will be doing some more wood burning stuff and bending more tips and showing like more close up like how I'm doing that, and then also flattening some for shading, because I like shading with wood burning. That's really where you can get some super fun, good detail and like really how something becomes what you want it to be. So shout out to my wood burning friend who's been emailing me about his cool wood burning stuff. Hell yeah, man. I will have a new video next week, I promise. I will not drop the ball. My hiatus is over. You can see these big old crazy lines from my mask. That's what that's from. So, Happy New Year. You know, you guys keep making stuff, keep watching, check out my Patreon. I don't have anything new up there, but any help helps. I'm a Cutsall affiliate. You can get a discount if you use my code. And otherwise, just keep liking and watching and stay warm out there.